Hello. Welcome. I am so excited today as I welcome you to another edition of Sitting with the Elders. Now, if this is your first time coming across these videos, I'm sure you might be wondering what Sitting with the Elders is. Sitting with the Elders is an interview series that was put together for us to have a platform to converse with and engage our senior citizens, 70, 80, and 90 years above, so that before they leave us alone, we can learn from their wisdom, their lessons on life and living, so that we, the younger generation, can know better and do better. And so I excitedly welcome you once again to the show today, and I am so happy because I have my first female elder on the show today. Don't worry, I'm not happy because I'm a woman. But you guys are going to have an amazing time. So first, let me tell you, she is 95 years old. 95. That is wonderful. I pray that we all live till 95 in health, very key, wealth, and love and joy and peace surrounding us. So let me take out the suspense. Who am I talking about? She is Mama Oloye Violet Iyabode Ladipo, the matriarch of the J.K. Ladipo family. She was the former chairman and former managing director of Lisabi Mills. She's a proud mother, grandmother, and great-grandmother who, by the grace of God, has experienced the changing seasons and circumstances of life. And today, she's still standing, walking, talking, breathing. You'll get to meet her in 1 second. So, Mama.
Yes.
I am so excited.
So do I.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
For bringing us into your home.
You're welcome.
And allowing us to have this conversation.
Thank you, my dear.
A privilege indeed, Ma.
We are all blessed.
Thank you so much, Ma. So where do we begin this conversation? I don't even know. The very beginning. Yeah. 95 years ago. You were born on Friday, the 21st of March, 1924.
Yes.
Mommy, what can you maybe remember from growing up, upbringing? Tell us about that. Where you were born.
I was born into a humble family. My father's name is Samuel Pupola Robin, and my mother, Madam Idola Iwushu Pupola Robin. That Robin is the compound name, as you know. When my father passed on in 1931, well...
And you were 7 years old at the time.
So after that, I won't remember exactly how old I was then when my auntie brought me to Lagos.
So after you came to Lagos,
yes,
your education had to be cut short. But you then went into fashion, dressmaking.
Yes. Well, I went to at first with a cousin of mine. She taught me dressmaking.
Did you want to be a fashion designer, or it was just what was available for you to do?
That was what was available to me. Believe you me, all other things were just coming out one by one. Believe me. And since I found myself where I found myself, I was content with what comes to me, but happy.
Let's talk about love. How did you meet?
I work at Lisabi Mills.
Yes.
Believe me, as a clerk then.
So how did you meet your darling husband?
He was my boss. Well, I was there working. Then Not that I didn't have young lovers, the sweethearts, and I had all that one. But after he proposed to me, yes, he proposed to me. Because when he proposed to me at first, I didn't want to.
Why?
Because I don't want anybody to use me and dump me. So I told him that to me, anybody that married me, that proposed to me, will marry me, that if I accept and I like him and I accept, he will marry me properly, not just this side, what he call. And you know, that's how. Then he see me at someone who he understand, and he said, am I sure that I'm all right? I said, yes, I'm still wholesome. Yes.
And at this stage, you were 18 or 19?
19.
Wow. Why did you pick him above, like you said, many other sweethearts? Why did you pick him?
Well, not that I compare, I won't tell you. I've done away with the ones I was.
Okay.
I've done away. Not that there were no ones, but since I decided and he promised to marry me properly, that is how it's clicked.
That's how it clicked. I like that.
Yes.
This is an interesting love story. You started working somewhere. He wasn't just your boss, he was the founder
He was.
of the company.
Oh, yes.
Yes, and you eventually ended up getting married to him.
To him. And we started working together.
Working together.
Yes.
And
yes.
then, unfortunately, he passed away at some point in time.
In 1961. He had, what do we call it now? It got ruptured. Appendicitis. You see, appendix. Then my first daughter there. Because I went to Abeokuta to take care of uncle-in-law who was ill. He asked me to go. I went to Abeokuta anyway, so I was there looking after the old man.
Yes.
The old man. When he took ill, they said, they asked him, they wanted to operate him, but he refused. That he didn't want an operation. So my daughter took him when he took ill. Yes, before he took ill, but it had already ruptured before it took him there. So according to what they said, I think there they referred him to General Hospital. But I think by the time they moved him
to the General Hospital,
the thing have ruptured. So they sent for me, then they come.
From Abeokuta?
Yes, they come to take me from Abeokuta. I was asking them, they said Daddy is sick or something. When we came, they've already transferred him to General Hospital. By the time we got there, he had become delirious, you know. But I think he still knew me, he see me, he said, I think the doctors, they tried, but the thing had ruptured and poisoned the whole intestine or something, and that is how he passed on.
So at this time, you were 37 years old, if I'm correct about that.
I can't tell you that.
And you had 5 children.
Yes.
And there was this company, and you had just lost him at a young age. How did that impact you?
It's God's grace, my dear. I can't explain myself that I'm like this. It's God's help, God's grace that keep me up, you know. But you know, once you have belief in yourself, I carry myself up. I say that it has come, it has come. What will I do? My children are there. I have to care for them. So when he passed on, after the burial, I think, and the outing, the burial, I just start work right away.
Right immediately.
I'm telling you, because that is how I felt.
So that you just went back to work?
Yes, yes.
Why do you think you were so strong? Or have you always been like that from childhood? Or what about your background or your experience growing up made you such a person of strong character?
No, my dear. I made up my mind to be. I can't do otherwise because there is nobody. I don't want any family say. I don't go to anybody, you know. I just say that it has come, and I must make up my mind and do little that I can do as a young, what you call. My in-laws, they surround me, they
rallied around.
They rally around. It's God who made it that way, and once it happened, it has happened. And what can I do? Nothing, but just to, because my mother is cannot be mama me call me dada.
She taught you well.
Taught me well that you know, to keep myself right from my youth. Yes, I lost my father in 31, but my mother, I've already married before my mother passed on.
Okay.
At 47.
So at this point in time, you then took over. Before he passed on, he was the managing director of Lisabi Mills.
Yes.
And when he passed on, you took
We
over.
worked together.
Yes. So did you believe you could continue building the company without him? And how did you do that?
Well, as I said, though, I wouldn't say that because that man was a great man, a very hard-working man. Look, my dear, don't let me delve into that. I just go straight into work, and I know I must do it, whether I like it or not.
You also wanted to continue the legacy that he had left
behind.
Yes,
that is what that's what's on my mind. That this man who worked very hard for that company and just passed away like that. For the little time that you could imagine, I got married in 1943. He passed on in 61. How many years is that? So I just made up my mind that, all right, this man has gone, yes. But he taught me a lot. Yes. Just for that short time that we were. When we go to the factory, we'll be working there. I too have my small office there. You see, we work. Our own is not like Imbo. Don't forget we manufacture.
Yes.
My husband, his pen name then is Buy Nigerian Goods, British Must Go.
Oh, Buy Nigerian
Goods. British must go. And before I go further, I'm happy that he lived to see that independence. Because that would have pained me more. If he just died, he didn't see the independence.
And he passed away in 1961. So 1 year right after British went.
Believe me.
Wow. So, Mommy, in having to then take over the company, did you face any challenges along the way? And how did you, I mean, it was a big responsibility, but it would have been easier because, like you said, you were already working together.
Yes, we were working together.
So was it just an easy transition?
As I told you, after he was buried and the following week I started work. Yes.
And
like say having any problem. You know, we are manufacturers.
Yes.
Not just buy and sell.
Exactly. You are making processing.
We process. You know, I've gone through all that with my late husband. So I just follow up. I'm doing what I am doing. The challenges that will be there, maybe later is that buying raw materials and this and that. But you know, I packaged myself in a way that I will not go borrowing or doing anything that will give me any hassle. Mama, do so? No. When we don't have raw materials, I never borrowed, my dear daughter. God knows that. I don't borrow. When I needed money, like you need to spend £2 then, you ask somebody, can you lend me this? And he said, no. But when the person sees that you've gone with that and he think you want to take an advantage over you by asking, instead of the £2 that you ask him or to borrow you, offering you £10. What do you think you are getting into? If you have accepted and say, okay, 10,000, okay, I asked for 2, but the way I saw it is different. Yes, because that is temptation, and I didn't want to fall into that. Exactly how it is what I'm telling you. There was a time I needed that I asked for, let's say, I asked for £5. They didn't give me. What he was thinking then, I don't know. He didn't give me. But afterwards, he said that I can have 10,000. You who deny me will not give me £5. Why are you asking? Why are you offering me 10,000? What do you think? So I turn it down. Yes, my dear.
And that's
I just go
for women.
Yes.
And it's interesting to note that today in 2019,
yes,
Lisabi Mills is still standing.
By the grace of Almighty God.
After this is what, 80 years something, what do you think is the success of that?
It's God's mercy. Benny, what can anyone say? I'm this, I'm that? Nothing. It's God's. And I was young when this thing happened. You know, it's God's grace. So I didn't take advantage of that. No. I knew where I'm going. So I faced where I'm going. Yes.
So let's come to family now.
Yes.
Because you had 5 children.
I did.
And this happened. It's a lot to handle. How did you balance?
Let me tell you.
Yes, ma'am.
Before you go further, I had 5. But 2 passed on later.
Yes.
So the remaining now.
Women who go through widowhood at a young age. It's sometimes hard to balance trying to cater for the children. You're suddenly a single mother. In your case, you also had a business to run and you wanted to run it successfully. How did you not let being a mother suffer in the face of the fact that you still ran the business successfully?
Yes. During the time I was running it, this is my first son. I mean, the Koindi. You know, I was running the business. After their father passed on, he just willingly left. He was associate professor then in America. So he left everything and then came down.
Oh, wow.
Yes, to come and join me. To come and then he took over.
So that reduced the burden on you.
But he did. Unfortunately for me, he passed on. When it happened like that, there's nothing. As I said, I've already made up my mind, and God was with me, and He's still with me. To just to carry that work, to carry on with the work. He was a hard-working man. So since we've been working together, he taught me a lot. So all the routine, I know everything. Yes, I know everything. Then I bring in more staff after something. We are working together. It was a family business, the way we run our things. Even with my people at work, we are just like, you know, when they know that you are the boss. But when in the morning, when I go to the factory, I go right to the inside the factory.
Where they're the actual place where they're making
the first thing I do
floor.
when I get to the factory, I go down, we pray. You know, we do that. We do that later because we pray. We have somebody, we pray during the break between 12 before the resume one. You see, we pray. You see. So when I go to the factory, I go down, inspect every place before I go up to go and sit down.
You've talked about your husband who taught you this routine.
Yes,
you've also talked about your mother who, from a young age,
yes,
taught you how to be a strong character. Are there any other things that you think contributed to the kind of mindset that you had growing up and being able to flow with all of these punches of life and yet still be strong?
It is because, you know, any woman who doesn't want any dirty, what they call, you will know what you are doing. I rejected all those and face up to what I know. I have lots to do. I have work in front of me, which I must see to. I must look after my children, school them, and to school them, money must come. So I had to work and work hard for that matter. I don't want anybody to come and say, when her husband do this, we are the one doing this. It's God, my dear. I can't explain it than to thank him.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
After the rain, there is sunshine.
Yeah.
But it was not easy. Not easy at all. But I thank God. I followed the way he taught me. And I too, I don't remember what my mother have told me. And I too made up my mind that, okay, this is what I have to do. And I don't look right or left. I just face up to what I have to do to see my children through. Then, I don't know what they call dressing. Damask wa, aṣọ òkè wa, poplin wa, gbogbo àwọn kinní kan. But I was not into it.
Because you just need to be focused on the work.
Apart from focusing, you need money.
Yes, so you cannot use it to buy that.
No, my dear. So ìgbà yẹn mi ò tẹ́ mọ̀ tó ń pè ní ẹ̀ṣọ́ kankan jù wọ́n bá tí mo ní. And I was content, my dear. Believe me, I was.
So after work, after children, all those things, what do you do to relax? How do you enjoy your time, enjoy your life, enjoy life and living?
I love singing, but it's Yoruba song that I sing.
Mommy,
because
sing a
that's
song
what
for us.
I understand what I am singing
because we read
about.
that you used to play the banjo.
I play banjo.
You said that he
I
led
still
an
have it
orchestra
up there.
and it was called the Mills Orchestra. Yes.
That was a Mills Orchestra.
Yes. And there was room for Violet, and you also used to play the banjo.
The banjo, yes. I like to sing. I like Yoruba song nítorí I understand the meaning. I sing every time. No, I don't sing. Me sing zigini.
So do you sing and play the banjo?
Well, that was then, Joe. Me
Let me sing a song for us now.
Which kind of song?
So what are your top 3 best songs?
Yoruba.
You want me Yoruba?
Fún àánú tó pọ̀ bí yanrìn. Fún àánú tó pọ̀ bí yanrìn tí mo ń gbà lójúmọ́ látọ̀dọ̀ Jésù Olúwa kí lè mi ò fi fún.
Mommy, you were already playing the banjo. I think you play banjo.
I love singing in Yoruba.
So do you sit, like if you're just at home, you sit down and just sing?
That is what Bimbanwe Moon sing. I'm telling you, I love singing.
So, Mommy, you are 95.
Yeah.
When you were born, there was nothing like internet, phone, smartphone, WhatsApp, Instagram. I mean, you've seen life through so many changes, and now we're in the technology age, the internet age. How do you keep up with all these things? Do you even do all these things? They're just like, what is all this going on? How do you keep up with the internet?
I work to the thing and keeping it up.
So do you use a smartphone?
I don't.
Why?
No, now they insist. I said, you have to come and teach me. All this one before you touch anything that fly to another place. Yeah, female pẹ̀lú tí mo mọ̀.
So on a final note, we have said many things, but for a young person watching this, what would be your advice? Seeing that you've learned so many, I mean, life you have had your fair share of the good and the bad and the ugly of life. But for a young person watching who aspires to be successful, you know, be married happily, have their children, all of those things, make something of their lives, what would be your one advice or many?
Honesty is the first thing. Honesty is the first thing. You can't, if you deceive people, you are deceiving yourself. If you are not honest and you are playing up, you are just doing it for. Be honest, my dear. Just be honest and follow what your mind tells you to do.